Alright, so that'll do just about anything to get out of having to shovel snow. Just got this coyote to turn here. And the other coyotes that I caught yesterday, they're not quite ready to skin, they're still froze. But show you how I do this again for the new subscribers. Appreciate you guys joining me. We're getting into coyote trapping mode here. We just went through quite the year so far. Had baits going, and then all of a sudden warmed up. All my baits went to the birds there. Oh, this is tight. Went to the birds, and oh, that's why I had a tack there. Missed a tack. And then it rained, and so I had to start over again once it cooled off. Got that all going. And then we had some snow, which was nice, got things going. Some cold, then it warmed up again. And then once it warmed up and all the snow went, the coyotes decided to do other things. And the baits went dry. And then once they went dry, I had to kind of start over again. But it wasn't too bad, getting low on bait. And now we got about 6 inches of snow all at once and blowing drifts. So I went out yesterday, checked things out, picked up the 4 coyotes. And then, so on the weekend, I'll spread a little bit more bait out. Raise my snares and adjust everything as needed. Really struggling here. Out of practice. But I just wanted to give you guys a little update, little clip. One more hunting video, and then the trapping video will start. I know some of you guys are anxious for that. Tired of us hunting, but we like the memories and like to share it with some friends and family that can't be part of it, but they can watch the videos. So it's all good. If there's any anything you guys want to see on some videos for pelt handling, etc., I'm still gonna work on the fur buying series. I want to do a power ram series, so if you have any questions on that, let me know, and I'll work on that. Of course, there's the furnace, and yeah. Anyways, this one's all done, and we'll get this video tonight and see what's going on. All right, catch you in the next one. Well, Brandy had this all shoveled off the other day, and then we got another snow dump. It's a good 6 inches of light fluffy stuff. So altogether, probably close to a foot over the past couple days. So we're gonna venture out, see if we can get the plow on the truck, and if we can get to the plow, which I'm pretty sure we can, we'll hook it up and plow some trails out to our baits. Time to get going. Nice virgin ground here. Just hope we don't get stuck. Not enough weight in the back.
field.
Gotta stay on the trail. Not bad at all.
Some of the other fields where there's more drift spots out here are a little bad. You don't even know it's field, it was all worked up and there's just a little path.
In a bit. All right, so we got the plow offloaded the truck. Ben did a little weld job on it for us, and I got to line it up with those pins there. So we'll see how we do. I should have brought a tripod, but I'm not that good. Anyways, we'll load her up, hook it up, and I'll show you how she plows. So we got it on, but we're having some kind of electrical issue. So what we'll do is go around, plow at this height, kind of go around, check a couple baits here, and then once we hit the highway, we'll lift it up and check out our electrical issue when we get home. Should have checked it before, should have actually mounted it up last week when Blake told me to, but rushing around and I thought I had a bit more time. Didn't think we had this kind of weather and snow, but if I would have looked at the forecast, probably would have known a little bit better. Plow's not all the way down, but luckily the snow's light enough that we can keep plowing. It's doing not too bad of a job, at least it's knocking it down. And I had a snare here, might be just knocked over, but hard to say. We'll walk it out just the same. Oh, it looks like there's rabbit tracks here, so probably a rabbit knocked it over because the rabbit carries on. So I'm gonna turn you off, duck underneath this stick here and walk the trail out and set the ram back up. So that's exactly what happened there. Rabbit caught it there, strung it out and laid it down. So I just walked her out and making the trail back to the truck here. But now we got a nice deep trough, so the canines are gonna stay in there. Walked it out and then I kicked it out over there so the ridge isn't a sharp stop, and we will see what happens in future checks here. What I like when you got fresh tracks going into your baits, so kind of kicks off to the side there. Let's see what things look like. Got the plow on, got it working. It was the winch was kind of seized up, but hooked it direct to the battery and got it cycling, and now we're good. Anyways, maybe we'll have that lynx kicking around and we'll see if it's eating that carcass here. Not there. Anyways, we'll check these sets out, dump some more carcasses off and carry on. Didn't put the plow down, just drove in, and snow's fluffy enough. We're dragging a little bit, but not bad. Put a little bit of weight in the back of the truck here, so that's helping. What do we got back here? We got a bunch of coyotes. And then we have Mr. Piggy. And a couple deer at the bottom. And an elk. So we'll check these snares out here. Maybe Lynx has been around here. See his tracks. Yeah, he's just hanging out back here. So this is where the lynx has been hanging. Laying down back here. Just making sure it's not in the tree, because I heard some branches breaking when I walked up. Oh, doesn't look like it's in the tree. Anyways, it buried a coyote carcass there. It's been laying down here, and you can see where it's scratched all the snow up to bury that. And there's tracks over this way, and I can see my snare over there is still good. It looked like it walked out this way towards me here and off over yonder. Okay, well, we're gonna go inside and check things out. It's here. I'm gonna pull this one. It's been dead for a couple years. Looks like there's tracks here now, but anyways, snow's too deep to get in here. We'll figure it out. Maybe we have something because we're gonna pull it. But yeah, I gotta go through the ditch to get in this one, and then the grader guy, it's not that great. He puts all the snow to one side and makes it nice and deep for me. So makes me nervous going through there, and I don't want to get stuck. So what I'll do is pull it, give it a break. I got a couple other spots I want to check out, so maybe that'll work out better. Okay, getting our day going here. A little bit of a late start. Having some truck troubles. December 23rd. Dropping off some bait. Checking out this spot here. So there's a good coyote trail over here. I'll probably go set up on. And got a decent one here. I'm not sure. I think they just kick off to the side. I have a power ram just further up. I had made a catch there, but I see they turn the other way. But the snare is drawn out, so maybe a coyote did go through there. And another snare over here, just two of them. And I did pick up a coyote here earlier as well. But with this fresh snow, a little bit warmer temps, I can get a few more things set up. And got some bait, so I'm going to spread that out through the day. Not sure if I mentioned the date already, but December 23rd. Finally got some time to get out here. All right, us inside. There's some of those tracks were just a group of mule deer that went through. Looking at the tracks there. So I had two coyote trails that came through. So I came to the outside of the bluff, and I found where one of the trails goes, and the other one is just up here. I'll set a snare on that, just because once it gets inside they kind of wander around, and this is the main trail in that I could see, or one of them here. So I put my ram right there, leaned it out against the tree, took this little stick, just propped it in the snow just to guide them in, and it should be dynamite. That's what's nice about the deeper snow and the Wolfmasters. Gives you the flexibility to work with the snow height and just plop them in and lean them over. I didn't walk in on their trail. I just stepped across, came in from here, and anchored it solidly in case I do get a mule deer go through. But this is thick enough here with these overhangs. They'd have to duck and work to get in there, and they already have their established trails. So I'm just gonna go check out this other trail here and see if it's worth putting a snare, and we'll carry on. Okay, we're at a different bait here. My phone was full, so I had to empty it out. We did make a catch at the last bait and had kind of a go around with a snare there. The willows that I had it blended in with, the snow kind of knocked it down. And here there's quite a few coyote tracks running around, some moose tracks, and things have opened up quite a bit over the years here. You can see it's all fallen down. Trees have blown over. It all used to be all standing. It was just perfect. Now it's tough to walk around, but you can see some good coyote trails going off this way. Got to bring more bait here, but just looking through the trees right there, we got a coyote that's taking a nap. So we'll go over there, check it, and then just past that, across the cut line, I have another snare where it kind of refused. So maybe it went through this time of the deeper snow, but we're just walking out our trails, and I'll dump some more bait off here. And I got to come back in this area tomorrow because I wanted to do a few more things, and just running short of time this morning. So I rushed out the door to check my sets and open what I have up, and then we'll set a few more. But we'll go up here and take a look. So not a bad dog, well furred, just a darker color. And it was going from where I'm standing that way because there's no more tracks that way. And it looks like it happened here fairly recent. So not quite froze. So I would say it happened late last night, a little bit of frost on its back. And we'll walk out these other trails here and see. So like I said, I only had 2 snares here, and this has been a producer for years and years. And we'll walk on over here and just take a look at this overgrown cut line and see what's been going on in here. So last time I was here, I walked this trail through. So we got a couple coyotes going through here, and this is the trail I walk through normally, and that's where that coyote got caught. But you can see it was leaning against this tree, the ram, and I got it far enough away that it shouldn't affect it. And then I'll just go up here and see if we connected up here. Some pretty big coyote tracks in here. Another good pinch point there. Rabbit tracks. Not much for tracks up here, but it doesn't mean that they didn't come from the other direction. And there are snares right here, and it's half in the snow, so I'll walk it out. As you can see, the coyotes were coming up here, went around that clump of bush, turned around and buggered off. So we'll give them a little trail to follow, make life a little easier for them. And don't see any other tracks here, so we should be good. I'll finish just walking it out, and we'll catch you guys at the next bait. Well, just coming through one of the fields, I have to go to one of my baits, and there's a dead animal here. And when I rolled up, there was 3 coyotes on it, and I see someone's gone down the trail. I go down, I'll go check that out, see what's going on over there. Maybe I'll come back and grab this if I get permission to. Can't see anybody else's tracks here, so I'm not sure what else is going on. All right, we will see you in a bit. Well, I called the landowner, and he said, yeah, go ahead and use it. So I'm all tied up and drove out there. I guess that was him that went out that way just to check some things out. So I'm gonna try and drag it there. Hopefully the old Chevy's got enough gumption there. It's got enough weight in the back, that's for sure. And the fender is rotted off and it's starting to fall off, so I had to put a self-tapping screw in there just to hold that flare on. Maybe next year, this summer, she's gonna get a flat deck on it and we'll put some boxes. We'll see if it's worth it. Good old truck though, been running not bad. A little hard on fuel, but the payments are right. So we're over at our bait here, and we got coyote tracks going off to where we have our snares, and followed a couple tracks on the way in. So we'll go check that out. And we pulled this calf here, no problem. So what I'm gonna do is just take my plow and push it in there, and then make a nice big pile for them to have to dig through and work for. And you can see these ribbons here, those are trails or snares. Well, wish us luck. Okay, so I'm just walking out some trails. Behind me is where I have one snare. I've caught 2 coyotes so far this year there. But you can see through this creek, coyotes been coming up, joining up with this trail through the fence. I think I'll put a ram here, and then they carry on over this way. What I have down here on this trail is a couple power rams over by the bait, which is about 100 and some yards over. So they're traveling quite a ways to get there. And then that smell, I use stink pails, gets in this creek system, and then they'll follow that up. I got permission on this side of the fence too. And so we got coyotes coming from here and coming from the other side. So I'm just gonna walk them out, probably come back, hang a snare here, and head back towards the truck here. Just pack it down, make it inviting for them. Now I'm pretty sure I had a snare in here, and there it's anchored. And there's my snow bump. We had another coyote come check it out. And actually this trail right here pops out over by that snare I just walked out. And a coyote came out there, got nervous, and went that way instead of towards my snare. So maybe he smelt my snare, or like I said, I caught a few there already. So maybe he figured that it wasn't safe. So that's good. I'll remake this one and walk this trail out for a little bit. And then we'll get in over there and check our other snares. All right, catch you at the next set. So we walked that trail out, and this is where my snare was. Just over a step up for a log. So got my snare a little bit higher, and then I just drug my foot over the log to make it a nice deep trench, so they stay centered, and it should be golden. Just over here is where that coyote expired, so we got caught, went around there, and that's generally where they end up, over there. So my trail is nice and good, reusable. Okay, we'll carry on. Day's getting shorter, and a few more baits to check. Catch you at the next set. Okay, since I'm doing a bunch of video in here, just want to explain another thing that I do. So if I have a trail that I've used before, and then the snow gets deep, you can see the coyotes have been on there since it snowed, and then it snowed again, of course. But when I walk it out, I always want to open up the entrance, kind of make, I'll fix it up better than that, but make it approachable for whichever side they come to. I don't like to have a straight wall. I pack that down, and most of the coyotes are coming from this direction, traveling this way. And then they go into these trails. So when I do that, I make an approach, not a 90 degree, but kind of an angle. So they follow along on both sides, depends which side they come from. And then they'll use the trail more. It seems like if it's just square, they might just walk past. I've had that before. But if I kind of make an approach from both angles, it tends to draw them in a little bit better. So just another little tip. But we'll walk in here and see what's going on. Okay, so this is the other end of that trail that I showed you that they go in, where we showed you the big canyon, the creek. So they're coming along here. There's coyote tracks, then it stops where the snares. But it's not because the snare's there. It's because the snow knocked everything in and built a wall. So I'll break those sticks off, open that back up, walk that through, and then what they're doing is going around that way, which is fine because I have another snare. I gotta walk out over yonder and open this back up. But I don't think it got scared because of the snare. I think it just backed out because it's a solid wall now. And it was just easier to go around. But just walking it out and I'll clean it up. Well, we're going along good. And I got a plow in the truck. But decided not to use it. It was going good, just a bit of a drift here. What happens is it just builds up in front of the plow and then the truck pushes it. So I gotta shovel this out a bit and I should be able to back up. And I think I'll put the plow down, just a drift here, and that's my normal trail. Otherwise she was going good and I didn't want to plow it because when you plow it sometimes it gets drifted in. You can't see your trail very good. But yep, should have been over 5 feet to the other side and would have been an issue. Time for shoveling. I got my sweat on. Minus, I know, 10 degrees, I guess. So I dug it all out. See how she goes. About the same on the other side. This side was a little bit deeper just because of the drift. See if I can get going a foot or two and then I'll put the plow down and carry on. Wish me luck. Okay, we're all good here actually. So I've been going back and forth, packing down a little trail here. About to put the plow down and then the hammer down, and we'll show you what she does. I'll put the plow right down to the ground. Lots of times I keep it up 3 or 4 inches, but this field's fairly smooth and should be able to rip right through it. Seems like a good traction back and forth right now. I'll back up a little bit more and then rip on it. Okay, I'm gonna kick the plow over. Maybe it'll go, maybe it won't. It looks like it's still piled up with snow there. So I'm gonna need 2 hands and I'm just gonna pull this lever and I'll kick it off to the side and then free us up. Nice day out. Could have been a lot worse. Okay, just one pull and she kicked over. Sometimes when it's really cold, I gotta chisel all that out and really piss around with it. But anyways, we're good and we're gonna carry on. See if I can do this one-handed here. You can see it's right down to the ground. I got a foot in some snow. And actually I better stop here. I gotta go fix my snare, but turned around and it winged it nice and high. Doesn't show up that good here. But I got a snare just there and it's in the snow a little bit. So that's what it looks like when it wings it over. Get the focus to work a bit better. I'll just plow that out and then should be good. but I'm gonna go fix my snare here. So we're gonna head out and we're set up here. Should come back in a couple days, maybe Boxing Day. We'll see how that goes, and yeah, hopefully we got a coyote or two. Maybe the 3 coyotes that I seen coming this way the other day were those 3 that were on that calf, and the calf is here, so they're gonna follow that scent trail all the way right into my trail. Okay, I'm gonna walk it out. Catch you guys at the next set here. All right, we're on the strip here and opened up a bunch of snares. They're all blown in and stuff. So we got some tracks that come along here, and then it's a little disturbed here where we had our snare in here. It's kind of an odd little spot for it, but they were going right through there. And then they started going through here once I put the snare there. So I just blocked it in a little bit with some sticks, and then went through there and ended up catching another coyote here. Phone's low on battery, so I'm trying to keep things short. Looks like a good catch, and probably in the last day. So what I'll do is, I'm not going to reset this one because I was actually going to pull it today, but it paid off. But I'll pull it and we'll relocate it. I did move some other ones on this strip here, and then I'll fill in blanks as we go. There's a couple more heavy trails. I just want to see if they use them a couple more times, and then we can go from there. Anyways, we'll get this guy in the back of the truck and carry on. Days of burning. Little track there. I started using this trail at a new bait. So I think I'm gonna put a snare right here. Got a nice little pinch spot, and carry in, and I'm gonna dump some more bait here. Hopefully we get something in this spot. It's just getting dark enough here you can't see, but you can see where they clawed their way in there. All right, we're gonna carry on. I'm gonna put a snare here, like I said, and see how she works out. Well, after a full day of digging out baits and snares and plowing trails, we got rewarded with another big windstorm blowing all this loose snow into my baits. So over the years I've learned to try and not to have the snares kind of get blown in. I have them tucked in a little bit. They're protected from the wind, and it does help a bit, but it doesn't help with the direct snow.
Let's take it